Welcome along to episode 738 of the Milk Bar. Jason Forrest here with you as ever. And coming up on the show this week, Brownhills Musical Theatre let us know about their production of West Side Story. We'll be hearing about the Grand Summer Schools. Yes, the Grand Theatre have a load of kids learning some brilliant theatre skills, hearing about that. Hugglepets will be letting us know about their open day as Mike Dixon joins us. We'll have music from Linda Lamon, and we'll have Ralph Taylor along from Dangerous Sheep letting us know what they're up to with their latest set of events. And we hear about a sort of coordinated effort between the Fellowship players and the Grange, because the Grange Theatre is playing host to David Tristram this weekend. All that on the show this week.
Welcome to the Milk Bar. 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 Welcome to the Milk Bar.
With Brownhills Musical Theatre back in action, appearing at the Lichfield Garrick from the 26th through to the 30th of September, West Side Story is their show. There's a lot of choreography, a lot of singing, and an awful lot of talent that's going to be on the stage. Three of their talented bunch are with me now. Hello, gang.
Hello.
Right, so we've got Adam, Brett and John.
Yeah.
So we'll start with John. You can tell us a bit about what you're doing in the show.
So the character I'm playing is Bernardo, part of the Sharks, and he's the brother of Maria, who is Tony's love interest. And I don't like the Jets, and my aim is to try and get rid of them. And
Literally wipe them off the face of the planet. That is the plan, isn't it?
yeah, in an ideal world, of course.
And there's a lot of choreography going around that to make it look very realistic.
Oh, very, very stylised, very, very realistic. Let's get in a fight, but let's do a bit of a spin and a leap and a roll as well.
Yeah, but it makes it a fun show to be part of, doesn't it?
You know what? That's what makes it the best, really. You can escape from what you do in your everyday life, and tell a story in a way that not everyone sees. So.
And nothing's gone wrong yet. We haven't had any accident rehearsals, no bruising.
A few scrapes, a few cuts, but nothing.
Nothing lasting.
No ambulance needs to be called.
That's good. Let's try and keep it that way.
Yeah, definitely.
But a good fun show, as well as being a serious show, and one where it is a lot about the talent that's on that stage, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's one of my favourite musicals of all time. There's just so much about it that sells itself. The music, the choreography, the story. It's all there for people to enjoy.
But the story hasn't aged, even though it's from 500 years ago, effectively, with Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
But then brought into a more modern age when this first came out. We're talking decades ago now. But Bernstein, Sondheim, you can't go wrong.
No, a really great writer and a really great producer, and it's an all-round cream of the crop style of show, the best of the best. So we have a big job to do to make sure that we give it justice.
Well, let's see how the rest of the gang do. Okay, we've bigged it up. Brett, are you up to the task?
I hope so. Otherwise, what did he cast me for? So I'm playing Tony, the love interest of Maria, the Romeo of the story, if you will. And he's obviously left the Jets behind. Obviously, he's still best friends with Riff, who's still trying to entice him back into the gang, back into the fold to get rid of the Sharks. But he's not really having any of it, and he's sort of in his own little world because he's fell in love. Obviously, he doesn't realise it's Bernardo's sister at first, and then that's where it gets a bit messy. Yeah.
Messy is an understatement.
Just downplaying it a little bit.
But when it comes to this again, though, I mean, it's not only about the talent; it's about the sets and the look and the whole feel of the show. And again, the whole team are working hard to get that right too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everyone's putting in the work. It's looking fantastic so far. I mean, and we're blessed really. We've got just under 7 weeks to polish and refine the show now. We'll have a few runs through and that over the next couple of weeks, and we've basically set pretty much everything, haven't we? But the production team are working hard, and hopefully we're doing it like you said. Hopefully we're doing it justice, and it'll come across well to audiences.
Even down to the finer details of the costume, we're just making sure that it looks right for its era.
Oh, Alison's on top of that, isn't she?
The colours match and everything. We want to make sure that we're doing 100%.
Yeah, I mean the costume, it's fine detail with the costume. It's down to, like you say, colours. Like the Jets can't wear certain shades because they want the Sharks to wear certain shades, just so there's that differentiation between the groups. It's every detail's been looked at really closely.
Adam, does the look feature in your normal colour palette for your wardrobe? Are you happy with it?
It's quite nice and...
You look pretty good, actually.
It's strange, actually. I've done 3 shows on the bounce where I barely had to buy any costume, and I go, oh, I actually got that.
I know, yeah.
Didn't realise my look was so diverse, but no, I particularly, again, like the boys say, this is one of my favourite shows, and one of the reasons is that look. Ever since you first see that opening scene with the clicks and the jumping when you first see that film, I'd love to do that one day. So it's
and you're there doing it, living it on stage.
Living it on stage. It really is a dream come true.
Yeah. But you, like all of them, will be bringing everything you've got to this role, and the musical numbers here are a good test, aren't they?
I mean, particularly with me, I am not a dancer. I come from a acting background with a bit of karaoke singing, so all this dancing is very new to me, but I'm giving it my best, and it's a real fun challenge, and we certainly kept on our toes by now.
You're getting there, man.
It's
definitely rewarding. Rewarding to see it come together.
Yeah, well, just under 2 months to get it right. But the thing is, you will be beaten into submission. These guys know how to make you dance, don't they?
Yes. Absolutely. If we can put on chorus line in 2 months, we can do this.
We can definitely do this. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, all looking forward to the shows. I think we have to ask, favourite number for each of you. John first.
Oh, favourite number?
Yeah.
Oh, it probably could be... Maria is, for me, one of the greatest songs of all time. I do like many of the other numbers in the show, I do like the quintet and the ballet sequence and...
but there's moments where you get to watch with the wings, and that must be amazing.
Yeah. Stick to Your Own Kind, that is a beautiful song. Every single number in the show is just beautiful in its own way. It can stand out on its own. Bernardo doesn't get the chance to do much singing in the show, so I do get to sit back and just enjoy these guys.
So you're listening to the original track, the original cast soundtrack, basically, and the rest of the guys are doing the work most of the time, and you're just having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'm convinced. Right.
It's a real toss-em-up, really. Like, every number in the show is fantastic. It's one of my all-time favourites. I would say it would be between, probably, if I had to pick, there's the quintet, where they all sing Tonight. That's brilliant. I really like Officer Krupke. That's just a really fun... We've sat and watched the rehearsals. It's so good. So good. Audiences are going to love that number. And One Hand, One Heart's a lovely little sing as well. So there's so many good songs, but it would be one of them, I think.
Choosing anything different, or we'll go with this?
I would say musically for me, and also dramatically, because I just love the interaction between the two characters, is Boy Like That.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I have loved...
So you're regretting not saying that, aren't you?
Yeah.
See,
it's all of them. You
every song is great.
You've got Josie, who's playing on Maria. She's just turned 18. She's fairly new to this, and she looks like she belongs. She's born to be on stage, so I can't wait to see her. And selfishly for me, on stage, it's the Rumble.
Yeah.
I love the music from it. You could do a million things with it.
The score's incredible.
And it's my chance to fight on stage. And as a boy who grew up watching Peter Pan and Robin Hood and wanting to play with swords, getting to play with knives, the closest I've got so far.
All fake ones. There's no it on stage. It won't happen. No, fingers crossed. That's the way we'd like to keep it. 01543 412 121 is the box office number for the Lichfield Garrick. LichfieldGarrick.com to get your tickets. Look out for the whole gang from Brownhills Musical Theatre on Facebook. You'll get some behind the scenes stuff. See what they look like now and what they look like when they're in their costumes too. So that'll be a bit of a treat. Meanwhile, break a leg, have a great time. Don't do any injuries with knives. And we look forward to seeing the show at the Garrick later on this year.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, enjoy. Come enjoy.
Thank you.
Now, the summer schools are taking place at both the Grand and Arena Theatres. There's lots happening. I'm with the gang from the Grand at the moment. Lucy Ellen Parker is down there alongside some of the pupils. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So, all having a good time. Lucy, tell us a bit about what is happening to start off with.
Yeah, so we're rehearsing for 2 weeks here at the Way in Wolverhampton. We've had a really good start to rehearsals. It's been full swing. We're rehearsing 4 musicals, so selections from 4 different musicals, and we're putting it all together for friends and family next Friday at Colton Hills Community School.
Yeah, because Colton Hall is the venue for the performance itself, and it's been great. I mean, the facilities down the way are fantastic, so you're having a great time down there. But what sort of things do you go through?
So we're rehearsing 4 musicals. We're doing Annie. Everybody's talking about Jamie, Jesus Christ Superstar, and some bits from Hamilton, which is very, very popular with these guys. We like a bit of Hamilton, don't we? So what we're doing is we've chosen songs and a few scenes, and we're sort of chopping it together. We're making up our own storyline to kind of thread the story together. And we've got young people from all over Wolverhampton, from Walsall, from Telford, and even further beyond, working with us every day. So we're here 9 till 4. Choreography, Isabel Burgess, fabulous. Musical direction, Rob Murray, amazing. They're over there, not on camera. Yeah, I'm having a good time, so I'm hoping these guys are having a good time. Yeah, we are.
Well, they said, yeah. So who have we got here? Introduce us to a couple of them. Who have we got?
Sorry?
Who have we got there? Who's that with you?
Oh, sorry, we've got Taylor.
And Finley.
Okay, first of all, Taylor, tell us a bit about why you got involved in this in the first place.
Because I plan on being one day, I plan on being on the Western stage when I grow up. So I figured that I should get into as many musicals as possible and get as much work in as I can before we get to that point.
And Finley, obviously, something to do during the summer holidays as well, but obviously a chance to explore the world of musicals.
Yeah, it's amazing. So.
Okay.
That's all you can say.
What's your favourite bit been so far?
Playing Jamie.
Yeah.
It's really fun because everyone's always got so much energy, and it's always really just.
And Taylor, what have you been enjoying most?
I think I do enjoy the Jamie number. I really like being on stage, and I think when we get to the Annie, I'm going to really enjoy singing Opportunity with my sister because we get to do a duet back.
So obviously a lot going on, and how many are involved, Lucy?
We've got 35 in total. And we're all here. We've got a few missing this morning for dentist appointments and things, but summer holidays, you've got to get those in, haven't you?
Absolutely, it has to be done. But I mean, this is something which you are doing regularly as well, and part of the outreach of the Grand and the Arena. You've got the youth groups that take place on a monthly basis too.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been doing the holiday club since last summer. So we did some holiday workshops last summer, sort of workshop, typically theatre things, but then also sort of went down the graffiti line route and just did things that weren't necessarily theatre based. And then this year we did some more activities in the Easter holiday, and this is our first sort of full scale summer school where we're really sort of learning and doing the disciplines of musical theatre.
And I see, so putting that show together, and this is a show where there'll be costumes as well.
We're costuming ourselves this year,
Mm-hmm.
so I think we're gonna it's a group effort on costumes, isn't it? So we're sort of gonna have a chat about costumes and see how we feel.
But I mean, that is, again, it's all part of developing and putting a show together. So they're learning about every stage of show production here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's right from the beginning, from the sort of initial stages, right through to performance next week. And when we get into the school and the theatre, that'll be another dimension to it as well. And then we've got another couple of musicians joining us. So we'll have a nice band as well, live music. And it's just nice. It's nice to be all together in a theatre after a funny sort of few years with the pandemic and all of that. So actually it's nice to kind of be back doing something all together.
And to say this, it's about educating, but not everybody there is going to want to work in musical theatre or even theatre at all. This is all, though, about building confidence for all of life.
Absolutely. And I think it is we make friends, we build confidence, and I think we're pushing ourselves, aren't we, to do things and try new things that we wouldn't necessarily have done before. There are some young people who've really, it's been such a wonderful thing to witness and be part of and work with you guys to kind of see the confidence grow, even just through the 4 days that we've been here, because obviously we're only on day 4, but the work we've done so much, and it's an absolute pleasure. So.
And you've got a really good teacher. Lucy's amazing, isn't she? Everyone, big cheer for Lucy. There we go, we've got that. And I know, so Rob and the gang on the music, I know Rob is fantastic. We're performing all over the Midlands, and being able to have professional musicians along doing this as well just shows the quality of the work that you're doing.
Yeah, and it's wonderful, to be working with professional musicians in this environment, and working with musicians and creatives that have that skill set that they then can pass on to the young people we're working with.
Well, so you've got a number for us to see, haven't you? So what have you got lined up?
We're going to do Hard Knock Life from Annie.
Okay, right. Let's give this a go. How this is going to work over Zoom, I do not know, but let's see what happens and see whether it comes together. So I'll let you count them in, Lucy.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Stand treated, we get tricked. Stand kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life. Don't it feel like the wind is always howling? Don't it seem like there's never any light? But today, don't you wanna throw a towel in? It's easier than putting up a fight. No one's there when you think that you're breathing. No one cares if you grow or if you shrink. It's a man life. From the sunny life. From the sour life. Not tomorrow life. Santa Claus we never see. Santa Claus once sat cruising. No one cares for you, a snitch. When you're in an open beach, it's a hard knock life. You'll stay up until the sun shines like the top of the rising It's a hard knock life, like the wizard of the street. It's a hard knock life, like the wizard of the street. Set treated, the man tricked, that kisses, that kicked. It's a hard knock life, like the wizard of the street. It's a hard knock life, like the wizard of the street. Set treated, the man tricked, that kisses, that kicked. It's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life.
So massive round of applause for everyone there. Lucy, you can come back into shot as well now. Brilliant job there. Excellent work from everybody.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Oh yeah, brilliant. Honestly, we've been so impressed with them. Honestly, from day one, it's just been amazing. So you can hear it. So
Yeah, they are absolutely brilliant. Well, you keep up the good work. Have a brilliant time. Colton Hill Schools is where you can see the show Friday the 18th for all the friends and family. Tickets generally available for anyone who's been impressed so far?
yes, they're available from the Grand Theatre website.
So grandtheatre.co.uk, grab your tickets there and go along and see a talented bunch of kids showing off, and rightly so. Lucy Ellen Parker from the Wolves Grand and all the kids on the summer school, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now, Linda Lamon has been at it again. Some more brand new music. We'll recap a bit of the story that's got us to where we are in a short while's time. But meanwhile, we'll celebrate the launch of a Venus-related album. She's here to tell us more. Hello.
Hi, Jason. Hi.
How's it going?
Well, it's busy at the moment. I've got this new single out, and it's attracting quite a lot of interest, so I'm quite pleased.
Yeah. Well, Venus Shine On is the song, and understandably creating a lot of interest. Since I first heard your music, I've been very impressed with what we're hearing. But the thing is, many people have heard your songs, but not necessarily have heard you sing them for a significant amount of time now.
No, it happened during lockdown, actually. I mean, I can kind of present a song to other people, but I'd not actually performed them vocally because I didn't think I was up to it, to be quite honest. I thought somebody else's voice was always going to be better. And then, of course, during lockdown, I had all these songs that I needed to record lying there, and I thought, well, I'll utilize all the time that we had during that time and get them recorded. And I found some great musicians in Nashville who were twiddling their thumbs because they had nothing to do. and they put down some great tracks. And I thought, oh, these tracks need a really good voice, really. But what had actually happened was this super soprano, a friend of mine, Katerina Mina, she recorded an EP of my songs. And while I had this collaboration with her, I learned how to do the breathing exercise for the vocal, the vocal exercises. She taught me quite a lot. So I was there and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to give it a go. I'll put some of these vocal exercises into practice. And I booked a studio and I went in there with all my backing tracks. And I actually chose an engineer who I've got a lot of faith in. That's Josh Clark from Get Real Audio in Bath, because he's really good, and he's particularly good with voices, and he'll push you to your limits. He's fantastic. So yeah, with that collaboration with Josh, it worked. We got a performance out of my voice.
And there's been no looking back. 3 albums, a load of singles. The latest, as you say, is somewhat celestial based, and this ties in with some star-related work that's come from one of your good friends.
Yeah, you're talking about Brian May.
Little mention for We've got one. They've got a name drop Brian, haven't we?
Of course, it's Sir Brian May now.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's just Brian or Bry to us. He's absolutely brilliant. He does help a lot of people. He makes a point of trying to help people with whatever projects they're doing. He's been very kind and very humbled with his support. But I first met him when I wrote a song for his new woodland that he was planting in Dorset, and we performed this song for him at the planting day. And we quickly realised, we had this shared interest in anything to do with the environment, really, with the earth and universe. So it's developed from there, really. And he invited me along to a couple of science festivals called Starmus. And I was inspired by some of the things that went on there. So I've actually since then written 4 or 5 songs which are universe based.
And also, I love the fact you're into your 3D photography. As somebody who loves his 3D photography, I mean, I've had 3D snapshot cameras for more than a decade now. I tried to get a ViewMaster camera to work, and it didn't work for me. But this is again something else that you share with Sir Brian, in as much as that you're both working on this sort of thing. And he's got a book that Stereoscopy is good for you. And
Yeah.
I'd love to see that released for my virtual reality headset, so I can explore it in that sort of format too.
Oh, we'll have to tell him. Yes, I was lucky enough to get 2 of my pictures in that book, because I do keep Brian updated with photographs of the woodland, because this was 10 years ago when we opened the woodland, and it's just amazing now. It's all native trees, and it's to help the environment and biodiversity, as well as for people. And yeah, so I sent him one of my pictures of a bluebell at dawn. I had to get up at 5 in the morning to capture it. But he loved it, so he included that in his book as well. So yeah, as I say, he does help a lot of people, and including his 3D. And he actually invented the i3D stereo app.
Oh.
And this is how I mainly take my 3D pictures. Is you download this app, ID 3D stereo app, I think it's called, and you do like a cha-cha movement and get just a little bit of movement, and it has a wizard on it, so it does a lot of the work for you. Yeah, so you can experiment with that with your iPhone.
Oh, that sounds like good fun. I always give that a try for those moments when I don't have my normal 3D camera with me. But I say 3D photography for me is jolly good fun. And since the advent of the VR headset, it's great to be able to look at these things. And for me I've got some great pictures when I went to Houston and took pictures of the Saturn V rocket that they've got in storage over there at the Space Center. And that in 3D is absolutely phenomenal. So there's lots of big and small things that it's well worth checking out in that format. So I'm intrigued by that side of your work too. And maybe we need a series of 3D photos from you with one of your songs as a backing track that would work rather well.
I've got one, because I remember of the London, of the Stereoscopic Society, which goes back a long time. And I was asked to put together like a little movie. So one of my universe songs, not the one I've got out at the moment, but one that's actually out there on an EP called Look to the Universe, is actually, I've got that you can view in 3D with images from the James Webb Telescope. Yeah, it's amazing.
Right, okay, so we need links for that one, then I can share those. That'd be good to do. Meanwhile, though, back to the plot and this release of Venus Shine On. Tell us a bit more about the single itself and what inspired it.
Well, it was a visit, namely one of the visits to the Starmus festivals where Brian talked, and scientists talked about various aspects of the universe, the science behind it, and astronauts and all that sort of thing. My mind was literally blown away. So since then, I've written a few songs about the universe, different planets and things, and Venus is one of those songs that inspired me.
Well, your music is always inspiring. I know that much. So give us all the details of where we find you on all the socials, and where we can find your 3D celestial work as well.
Well, I've got a website, www.lindalamon.com, and there's the Venus Shine On is currently out on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, all the streaming sites. There's a video out as well, and that's on Vivo on YouTube. So that's under Venus Shine On by Linda Lamon. I'll have to think about a link for this 3D thing, because I'm not sure I've got it out. It might be on YouTube, I'm not sure, because I used it for a private viewing. So I'll put it up on YouTube.
Okay, that'd be good. Yes, it's doing the meta settings, which are quite tricky in the background on that. I'll look forward to maybe getting a copy off you as well, if you can send that to me direct, and I'll stick it on my VR headset. Meanwhile, for now, it's always a pleasure to speak to you. Let's take a listen to Venus Shine On. Linda Lamon, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jason.
She's a celestial sister, a goddess of love, her morning and evening star in the universe above. She spins not like our Earth, the second planet from the sun. Dense clouds hide her mountains, but she gleams in the Goldilocks zone. Shine on.
The Grange and Fellowship players have got together to bring some David Tristram to the stage. To tell us more, I'm joined now by Rod Bisset. Hello, sir.
Hello, Jason. How you doing?
All good here. I hope we're finding you well, and as ever, probably very busy.
Absolutely. It's all go down at the Grange at the moment.
So this is all happening on Friday the 18th and Saturday the 19th. Two chances to see.
Correct.
Explain more.
So, last season, our sister company, the Fellowship Players, put on two small plays by the playwright David Tristram.
Local lad, fantastic writer, amazingly funny stuff, and the man behind the Doreen Tipton scripts.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't realise that, he is responsible for Doreen. The Fellowship put on two plays. They did Join the Club and Last Tango in Little Grimley. And it was lapped up by the audience. They absolutely loved it. And then the Fellowship got a call from David Tristram, who offered the chance to come down and present his sort of personal talk called Confessions of a Comedy Writer, where he talks about his life, his career, his plays, shows some little videos, gives some anecdotes, and offered to put it down at the Grange, along with the opportunity for both Grange and Fellowship members to perform some very short plays throughout.
Sounds amazing. And obviously, I know David to talk to. So, I know he's amazingly funny. He's absolutely brilliant. And the whole Tristram family are pretty impressive, to be fair. His brother Jeff does some brilliant stuff too. With David's playwrights, there's always one on somewhere in the world. And this is how you get to contribute with his story on the 18th and 19th.
Absolutely. The tickets have been on sale for a good couple of weeks now. We've still got a few tickets still available for those who maybe have ummed and ahed or didn't even know the show was on. So we would recommend get your tickets in as quick as you can, because this is promising to be an absolutely fantastic show.
And it's unusual for you to actually have the playwright around when you're doing plays. Now, obviously, there are mini bits of more sketches that go throughout the whole of the evening, but it is still great to be able to get a direction from the person who wrote it.
Oh, it's been an absolutely fantastic opportunity, and God bless him for finding the time and giving us this chance to host him. Amazing
stuff, a brilliant opportunity. If you've never seen David's work outside of Doreen Tipton, then you need to do this really quickly. And so limited tickets available. But what else is going on both with the Grange and Fellowship at the moment? Is this sort of getting you all ready and geared up for the new season ahead?
Absolutely. So both the Fellowship players and the Grange players are currently doing rehearsals for their respective season openers. So the Fellowship players, they're going to be on our stage in October, and they're doing Dial for Murder.
Oh, good show. That's a really good show.
Fantastic show. And that's going to be directed by Rebecca Holmes. And the Grange players, we're opening in September, and we are doing the comedy murder mystery Accomplice. That one I can wholeheartedly say is fantastic because I'm directing that one.
It's always, we know your work's good, so that we accept that completely. So it's going to be good, and of course we can find out about all the season ahead on the respective Facebook pages, all the socials, and on online too.
Absolutely. So if you want to know all about the Grange Players season, you just go to grangeplayers.co.uk. And if you want to find out about the Fellowship Players, you go to fellowship-players.co.uk.
So two websites, easy to get yourself there. Where do you go to for tickets for the David Tristram extravaganza this weekend next?
Those are available both through the Fellowship Players' own website, or you can just go direct and go ticketsource.co.uk/fellowship-players.
And grab them there. But so this is an amazing opportunity to actually see and meet a playwright. I was lucky enough to be at, I think it's Inspector Drake, one of his shows he did at Theatre on the Steps in Bridge North. And again, to have him in the audience for that was absolutely amazing stuff to see there. And it is well worth getting some time listening to a very funny man who's an amazingly talented comedy writer, and his plays are loved by millions across the world. And it's going to be brilliant. How much is it to get in?
£10 a ticket, I believe.
That exceptionally good value for money as well. So either get there on the Friday or the Saturday. That sounds good to me. Rod, you
Friday and the Saturday.
Yes. Rod, you keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing, and we shall talk just before your latest directorial work comes onto the stage. Okay.
Look forward to it there.
Now, Hugglepets, part of our family community, has got loads of things going on. Not only your chance to pick up your pet supplies, but also get involved in a couple of events too. Mike Dixon is here to tell me more. Hello, sir.
Hello, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. And you guys are keeping busy, I guess?
Yeah, flat out, mate. Flat out. Yeah, it never stops.
That's the way we like it. Now, obviously, yeah, proud to have you as sponsors of Wolverhampton today, and also proud to see some of the stuff that you're up to, including a couple of fantastic events which are open to the community. The first of which is Tea with a Twist on the 21st of August.
Yeah, so it's you probably know, or people that are aware of us know, on our community side, we do Tea with a Twist, which is an open event where members of the community can come in, meet us, have a chat, natter, meet some animals, just bringing people together. We've done it now for a fair few years, and it's always really popular. So we're running that, as you say, on the 21st.
And on that one, just nip along to hugglepetsinthecommunity.co.uk, and because that's the more charitable side of what you do, isn't it?
Exactly, mate. Yeah. So all the details will be on there on the website, and you can find out a bit more. If you've not heard about us, you can find out everything that we do on the community and charitable side. Yeah.
Yeah. Because on that one though, if you want to go to Tea with the Twist, you do need to book tickets. They are free, but you book your place so everybody knows who's turning up, and that means that you have enough tea. I don't know how many twists you're ordering in now. That's something entirely different. So we'll see how that works out. But the other one, the big one you've been working on, is of course the open day, which is coming along.
Yeah, so every year in August, generally we do it towards the end of August, do a bit of an open day, which is, you don't have to book tickets, you can turn up. This year it's on Friday the 25th, 10 till 2. There's generally some goodie bags for the kids, balloons, they get to meet some animals. Also, if you've never met our community team or seen some of the facilities we have, they're open on that day, so you can go in, have a chat. It is a public event, it is an open event, so everyone sort of compile in and say hello. We've obviously got our reptile room you can go and visit, our new pond room and education centre you can visit. The sensory room will be open with our team there to say hello and meet some animals. And generally, if you've never been down before, it's a good reason to come down on a good day just to be a little bit nosy.
Yeah, but a chance to look around, because whenever you come in, obviously people are coming down to buy the pet supplies. The over 65s are coming in on a Wednesday and getting their discount on a Wednesday morning, and all that sort of thing is going on. You're a working business, but the whole ethos of what you do is about the community as well. And obviously you want the best for people's pets, which is why you make sure that you're offering the best value you can on the range of products that you sell, but also all this other stuff. And whilst, yes, the community aquarium has got a side where you can buy some of the fish and creatures that are in there, actually though, the pond room, there's a lot that's not for sale because it's part of the Hugglepets family.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we do have all our resident animals, including some of the aquatic life. And then obviously some of our animals that are involved in our therapy classes as well. So there's always a section of animals that are our residents, essentially, that you can meet, and you should see. If you come in regularly, you will see them regularly, which is nice.
And talking of seeing them regularly, of course, the gang are regularly appearing on your socials as well. So we used to see the staff alongside some of these creatures.
That's it, mate. Yeah, sometimes I won't mention the creatures and staff in the same bracket, but yeah, the creatures are definitely cool to go and see, and you can meet something we call a wild Dave. So
it's Dave that worries me slightly. How did you manage to tame that one?
He's not tame yet. We're just trying our best.
But at least house trained.
Yeah, he's house trained. Yeah,
that's good. That's the start. So, but obviously, it is part of the fun, and I think everybody loves working there, don't they?
Oh yeah, I mean, we try and keep it that way. There's the obviously the family feel. We all help each other. We all muck in. So yeah, we're all sort of trying to pull in the same direction, to help each other.
And with everything that you've done over the last 4 years, hasn't it? It's really been the rapid expansion and the opportunity to bring more people from the community in. I mean, that in itself has had such massively good feedback, and you're doing it really because you want to give back.
Yeah. This is all everything that we do is self-funded. We're not government backed, so it's because we wanted to make an impact. We wanted to help people. I think after the first 3 years, our report was over, I think it was 12,000 children and adults have been through our programs on the community side. So we've really helped well, we're into obviously over 10,000 people now, and that they were figures from a few months ago. So that keeps snowballing. So we're really proud of that. And if we didn't exist, that wouldn't have happened.
And whether we've seen you on TV, on adverts, or whether it's been in real life, hearing your name on the radio, if you haven't been down, it's well worth checking it out. And this is no pressure. No one, you don't walk through the door and someone tries to sell you a pet. Basically, people are coming down to enjoy the experience. And if you happen to need pet supplies, then pick them up whilst you're there.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So the open day is just that. You can come in, have a look around, meet our team. If there is some advice or anything that you want, we're happy to help there and give it. And then, yeah, we're always here. We've got pet needs that cover, all small animals for cat, and then for cats and dogs, reptiles, aquatics, birds. So, if you're buying that stuff elsewhere, by all means, come and have a look and see if we've got the things that you need.
And it's a great store. I've been around there. I don't have any pets, so it is enjoyable for me when I come down. And in particular, I was amazed by the koi when I was down there and looked at the aquatics room when it was just opening back in February. So that was good to see. Give us all the details on how people find you.
Yeah, so we are Hugglepets, Cooper Street, Wolverhampton, WV2 2JL, just off the main, the 8-foot-1, the Bilston Wolverhampton Road, just around the corner from Monmore Green. If you stick us in your phone or on Google, you'll get straight to us. There's a tram stop at Priestfield just up the road, and the buses run down the main road if you're on public transport.
So it's easy enough to find. And there's a parking as well, which always makes it simple. Be careful as you turn into the street, because sometimes there's lorries that go in there as well. So there's the big things that go into that estate. But it is so easy to park, nice and simple. Hugglepetsinthecommunity.co.uk to see the community side of things, and Tea with a Twist at the 21st, and that open day on the 25th of August. All welcome, 10 through to 12. Does that mean I can come down as well?
Of course, mate, yeah.
We'll talk about that, see if we can do some radio from down there. But for now, as ever, Mike Dixon of Hugglepets, thanks for joining us.
Cheers, bud. Bye-bye.
On the 19th of August at the Baggeridge Country Park, there is going to be a very special event for some very important pensioners. They are VIPs. To tell us more, I'm joined now by Ralph Taylor from Sheep HQ. How you doing, sir? You good?
All very well. Busy planning.
Well, this is it. I mean, you had your fantastic 40s event recently, and now you're back into the swing of things with another brilliant one. And pensioners, what are they looking for? How are they going to enjoy this event? What you got going on?
Well, we trialled this last year, down at Hackney Green Airport. It was a bit of fun. VIP fest for very important pensioners. And we wanted to get a few folk together, a little bit of rock and roll going on. We all grew up with our nan and granddad and mum and dad's music. So we had a nice little Shadows tribute, a bit of Frank Sinatra, a bit of prize bingo and stuff, and we trialled it and run with it. We had a great bit of crack, great bit of fun. Everybody was really up for it. So we decided, come on, let's have another go. We decided to pick a nice outdoor venue, which is Baggeridge Country Park, just up by Sedgley, in between Sedgley and Wombourne, for this year's event, which is, Saturday the 19th of August.
And this means there'll be an awful lot of people there, all having a great time. And although it is for the VIPs, anyone who wants to come along and enjoy a bit of rock and roll can have a great time, can't they?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it is open to families. When we first did the first one, we just kept it to VIPs for the purpose originally, just to have a little look, see how it floats. In all fairness, they were up rocking and rolling. I wouldn't say they weren't bothered about the grandkids. They were in their own element for a short space of time, 4 hours with us, which was amazing to watch, truly. But we thought, well, because it's Baggeridge, we've got a lot more room there. We can space out. We've got a lovely bit of area to get all along. So anybody who wants to just join in the fun, they can come and bring their chairs, bring their picnic blankets, and have a good old knees up or just sit and watch. You
mentioned picnic blankets. Are they bringing picnics to put on them, or is the food available as well?
They can do. It's a public park, so they're free to bring their own picnics if they wish to. That's not a problem. We have got a licensed bar on. That's the only one thing that we've got a stipulation through licensing conditions that all alcohol can only be sold via our bars on the site there. So folk can quite happily grab their hampers, pick up their positions, and as long as they bring their dancing shoes with them as well, then we're good to rock and roll.
So who is supplying the music?
Well, we've actually got they are fantastic musicians. These guys, I'm not going to say their age, but they're certainly seniors, and they've been doing a tribute act to Cliff Richard and the Shadows for 40 years. So that gives you an idea. These are excellent musicians. They're called Out of the Shadows. They come out of Stourbridge and all our local area. They're our, should we say, our headliners for the festival. And we've also got a cracking local guy, Billy Chater, who people who from Gornal may know Billy. He still plays on the open scene on the open mic nights, in and around all around the Black Country. So he's going to be doing a lot of 50s and 60s stuff to warm people up. And yeah, we'll have a little bit of a 50s and 60s sort of dance, a little bit of music to get people tapping their toes as well. So yeah, plenty there to get them going.
It's going to be good fun. And how does it work as far as financing this goes? Tickets are, I'm sure, very reasonably priced.
Yeah, what we've done advanced ticket sales through our own online platform, and thankfully we charge no booking fees like a lot of the sites do these days. So we've kept it quite real. I think advanced tickets is £7 for OAPs, £9 for adults, and I think the kids element is 6 to 16 years. I think likewise, and that's £5. So it's quite a relatively cheap event. You know, folk can just they can purchase online. Or they can pay on the door. On the door prices are slightly increased by a couple of quid, I think, on any of those levels of purchase.
Okay, so a nice, cost-effective way of having a great time. Give us all the times and how people park and find you.
Yeah, they can just head up to Bagridge around gates will open at 3 o'clock for this event. Obviously, the park's a public park anyway, so folk can mosey their way up there. The parking is paid for. It's through the council, obviously, so there is parking paid for there. I think something like a couple of quid for a car, so they can get themselves seated and enjoy a bit of fun. We probably will have a couple of buskers on early for some local buskers who want to have a little go as well. That'd be free entertainment. So get themselves positioned, and basically the show will start at 4 o'clock, and then we'll be finishing at 8 o'clock prompt for everyone to depart.
So it sounds like a great night, good fun, great music, and the chance to chill out, relax, and enjoy a bit of rock and roll, and have a bit of a bop as well, because there's room to do that, isn't there?
Plenty of room, yeah, plenty of room. Hopefully, we'll get plenty of footage to show people who've got online facilities through all the social platforms and stuff. Yeah, so we're hopeful of getting some good dancers up there. To be fair, we did last time, so I think everyone should be in fine fettle, I think.
And just a few weeks after that, you have your next event.
Yeah, it is actually in a field, to be fair. It's right by South Staffordshire Showground, which is on the kid in Wolverhampton Road by Presswood Aquatics. And that's our Love You gathering. That's a family festival. We've got a whole element of music going on there from 12 o'clock midday through till midnight finish. Loads of inflatables, pony rides, all sorts of stuff for the kids and family to enjoy. Dogs are welcome as well. As long as they've got good, well-behaved owners, as the saying goes. But we got some fantastic local acts live on stage, licensed bar food. Likewise, again, you can bring your own food, but we've got also free camping. So if people want to come along with a tent, a motorhome, they can come Friday evening. So they can get stuck in there, have a nice little relax over the weekend. It's probably the last sort of small festival that's going to be going on in our area, we believe. So yeah, we'd welcome all along. It's out there for folk to come and have a look at. So join the flock is what we say.
Absolutely, this is the joys of your sheep-based puns that tie in with the company name. So lots of fun to be had, and give us all the details again for where you get tickets and how you grab those.
Tickets, people can call us. We do love to speak to people, so we're not just an online business. So they can call us on 0330 229 4041. That's just a local rate call number. Or alternatively, if they've got this internet facility, they can jump on their phones, desktop and smartphones on dangerousheep.com/events, and they can book tickets happily there. But as I say, we love to speak to people, and as you can imagine, doing a VIP fest, we have some very, very funny conversations with some very lovely local people, and yeah, it's lovely when we get a chance to put a face to the name as well.
It was good, and it's all about making a good time. So you always like feedback as well, and the great bits and the even better bits, so you can make sure you get the best of the even better bits next time round too.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. We'll be avidly watching. We'll be joining in, so we won't be hanging on the sidelines. We'll be we'll be rock and rolling. A couple of sheep will be in the crowd, I'm sure. So yeah, we'll have a bit of fun with it.
Give us the web address again.
It's dangerousheep.com/events, and that's where you can pick your online tickets from there. Yeah.
All right, Taylor. As ever, thank you for joining us.
Thanks very much. Thanks so much, Jason. All the best. Cheers now.
That's your lot for this week. Thanks so much for joining me. Back with episode 739 next week. I'll see you then. Ta-ra for now.
Goodbye from the milk bar. 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 Yeah. Goodbye from the milk bar. Yeah.